Finding My Compass podcast has one episode, written by Dina Demetrius. Thanks for listening to episode 1, sponsored by Playwright, where every hero can tell their story, where you can write, direct, and produce your own podcast. Register now at playwright.com.
Finding My Compass. Stories I reported that left an impact on me and the audience in 2025, and where they're taking me next. I'm Dina Demetrius. Well, I'm starting something new at the end of a year, and that's very much like me. Getting that last project in so that January feels like I've already hit the ground running. Not trying to crank up the gears after 2 weeks of baking, cooking, the job search, catching up with family and friends, and watching Scrooged or Elf too many times. Rather than be hard on myself for starting late, or congratulating myself for getting a head start, I'm doing some digesting with as much stillness as I can manage. This past year has felt like a threshold for so many, including me. I've been thinking about life and work mostly in terms of direction. Where do I turn to tell more stories? Where is my community, my country, headed? How did we end up where we are, collectively and individually, for good or ill? And what is the best course to make a positive difference? So many stories I've covered have changed my orientation on those questions. Others reinforced what I believed were the most viable directions towards solutions for profound struggles. My constant guide is hearing from people who watched one of my reports and told me it made them think, that it made them look at an issue in a new way. That joy of mutual illumination, and the responsibility to the people whose stories I've been fortunate to tell, that is my true north. And I know the center of my own compass is to always be a collaborative storyteller, regardless of circumstance. So where does that take me now? As I navigate these choppy waters in the journalism world, I'm going to do on my own what I've done for so many news organizations. Tell the stories, and have the deeper conversations that help us orient ourselves a little closer toward a more sustainable and humane world for everyone. For me, there is no more worthy true north to pursue. Over the next few days, I'll be sharing stories I reported for Matter of Fact with Soledad O'Brien. Stories that were widely viewed and deeply meaningful to me. I hope you feel enlightened revisiting them. The first is a subject I've covered for over 12 years. The unhoused. This month, I attended the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority presentation of its draft 2026 budget. To say it could fundamentally change the direction of services for unhoused people in Los Angeles County is an understatement. Mental health services would be slashed. Outreach workers, already paid very little, could lose their jobs, some fearing homelessness themselves. To understand the connection between housing and mental health services anywhere, I recommend revisiting a 2025 report on Hope the Mission's tiny home communities and shelters. It's a meaningful place to start and to look back.
Thanks for listening to episode 1 of the Finding My Compass podcast. written by Dina Demetrius and sponsored by Playwright, where every hero can tell their story, where you can write, direct, and produce your own podcast. Register now at playwright.com.